What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Underdog Wealth Academy. Today I'm with my boy, Bronson Kaufusi. Been friends for some time now and excited to chat today. So welcome, Bronson.
Hey, thanks for having me. It's good to be here.
Yeah, this will be fun.
Yeah.
Bronson and I met a couple years ago. You were, he used to be the cold plunge buds with my dad in the Provo River in the mornings. And anyway, we were just talking, but he lives pretty close to my pops in Provo. So, but I grew up watching Bronson. Bronson played for BYU, football player. Honestly, in my opinion, one of the best defensive ends of all time.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, total beast. So,
Yeah.
also played basketball, at BYU.
I did, yeah.
So, two-sport athlete. Does anyone even do that anymore now?
I don't know. I felt like, my brother did it right after me, which is kind of crazy.
I played against your brother in high school. You know that?
Oh,
Yeah.
no, I didn't know that.
I played at Cottonwood, and he played at Timpview.
Oh,
And they were number one preseason the year when we beat them at Timpview.
no way.
And he was right off football season.
Uh-huh.
And so he was, he hadn't been practicing a bunch, but we were just putting him on the line, He was
Yeah.
like 6'8", just big old boy.
Yeah.
Putting him on the line. He was just
Make some
breaking
free
free throws.
Yeah. Shaq
So we
that.
beat.
Yeah.
Anyway.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you and your brother played both football and basketball.
Yep. Both did that. Both graduated in. I talked him into graduating in what I graduated in, which was statistics, analytics.
Hmm.
So we both did that. Yeah, we've done a lot of the same things. Both went to the NFL. Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
That's cool. Yeah, let's start with the football journey, man.
Yeah.
Because I guess overview of what we will be talking about today, just for people listening in. Bronson had an amazing run in football, went to the NFL, played there, made some good money there. And then what I love about your story, man, is like that was kind of the first chapter and an awesome chapter, but like it wasn't the only chapter. A lot of guys are one-dimensional and they go play in the league or whatever, and then they kind of just drift or whatever. And I don't know, you're dominating now. Introing what Bronson's doing, he the last couple years you've been in investor relations at the Harris Investment Group, so real estate, helping people invest their money. Recently started a family office. Maybe just tell the listeners a little bit about that, so I don't mess that piece up.
Yeah. So it's pretty much. So because I was helping. So first of all, what a family office is it's really kind of created back with the Rockefellers, where family makes a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes that money, after you make it, can take your attention away from what really matters, which is the family. And so you create a family office, which is a private wealth company that oversees everything from finance and accounting, risk management, investment, lifestyle, legacy. But your family office runs everything for you. So now you get to go focus on what you need to focus on, which is your family, and then the office gets to go do what they do best.
Yeah.
And that's why, but that's really what it's about, is legacy. And that's why family in family office comes before the office part.
That's cool.
And so,
yeah,
because family is what matters. And
so it allows high net worth individuals to like focus on the good stuff, their relationships, living their lifestyle, all that stuff. And then there's people in the office that are, it's full time.
Running
like
the show.
Just like it's an active management of that wealth, because usually there's got to be a lot of it to have people investing with a family office, right?
Yes. And that's why, the family office, it's changed over time to where, a lot of people thought had to be like the Rockefellers and have over 500 million to run a family office. But really what's important is the structure of it. And so, for me, I was helping a lot of family offices around the country with whatever they needed. And then, that turned into helping an individual create his own. And that's where this came from. So it's been really fun, because for me, starting off in real estate, every family office owns real estate. They all own real estate. And so
it's a key piece.
It's a key piece.
Yeah.
Vital, just for the tax benefit, the long term. Family offices think in 20, 40, 50, 100-year timelines.
Yeah.
And so that's how they operate. And so being able to create that, or being able to see that, see a glimpse of it through real estate, through, the stuff that Harris Investment Group does with the gas stations and multifamily, and It's been great. So it's fun to see how everyone works together at that level of finance. So it's kind of unique.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's sweet, man. Well, let's back up to the football days, and then because that kind of they're connected, right? You went and that was like the active income. That's where you made your first real money in life. But yeah, just talk a little bit about the BYU days, how that was, and then transitioning to the NFL. Give everyone just a little highlight reel on the football days.
Football days, yeah, sure. So honestly, I didn't play football till 8th grade. My dad was a football coach. He backed up Reggie White in the NFL. So that's when I was born out there in New Jersey. Well, I was born on the Jersey side.
Okay.
Of Philly. But yeah, I pretty much grew up in the locker room. Dad coached at Utah for almost 10 years, then BYU for almost 20. And so
is he still at BYU coaching? Or no?
He's not coaching anymore.
He's done. Yeah.
He's done. But I then went and played for him there. So
BYU.
At BYU.
That's right.
So I got home actually a week before fall camp started. I was actually 6 days from I went and served a 2-year mission in New Zealand.
Okay.
Came home and joined the football team right away that freshman year and played. I was kind of like your third down, second long, pass rush DN that year. And then
as a freshman,
so
you got some burn.
Yeah, I probably got like 20, 30 snaps a game.
Cool. Yeah,
which was cool. And then I heard whisperings from my teammates from AAU basketball telling me, "Hey, Coach, you got to come play basketball."
Yeah.
So then
this was Rose at the time.
This was Rose the head coach, and then the players, some of my best friends, right? Brandon Davies, Tyler Hawes, all these guys. Because I was a basketball player first. Like I was not a football guy. I was a basketball guy. So, so when I heard it, I was like, "Oh no way!" Because the player that I looked up to a lot was who did both, who I secretly always wanted to do both, was Julius Peppers.
Cool.
So he did both at North Carolina.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
A lot of people don't know that, but
Peppers is like a Hall of Fame.
He's crazy. Yeah. He has a 6-pack on his back.
He played, and he played forever, huh?
Forever. Yeah. And we're exactly the same, height, weight, everything very similar. So, anyways, I always wanted to do it, and when I got the offer, or when I, went in to meet with head coach, I went and met with the basketball coach, and he said, "Yeah, we want you to come play." I was really excited. But then right when I walked out the door, I was walking back. I was like, I'm going to tell my football coach. I'm going to try something. So then I was like, oh, no, here we go. So I went to my dad. He's my position coach, right? Okay. My dad. But I was like, yeah, Dad, it's a pretty cool opportunity. And I told him about it. And he was just like ecstatic. He's like, that's my favorite sport.
Oh, that's cool.
You got to do it,
Yeah,
That's cool. So I was like, okay, how do I approach Coach Mendenhall?
Yeah. And
so I was a little nervous to go tell him. And
what did Bronco say?
Oh man, Bronco! I love Bronco. Man, he's one of the best coaches I've ever had.
That's cool.
But when I told him, he one thing I love about Bronco is, he wants you to. It's all about ownership, right? Accountability, own your choices, and he was like, "Hey, if it's what you want to do, then you should do it." And but tell me right now you're gonna do it if you want to do it. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to do it.
So he's just like,
great.
You can do it, but you got to be 100% in both.
Yeah, you got to go all in. And one thing I did do is because I joined the basketball team, and I technically wasn't a scholarship player. So I was technically considered a walk-on, right? On football scholarship, though. So they kind of got an extra player.
Oh, that's cool, yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. But then I had to earn my way in. And it's tough earning your way in out. So I played in the bowl game on, I think it was like Friday or Saturday. Then was on the basketball court at the Marriott Center on Monday, running. And
what's the conditioning like football to basketball?
Completely different.
Yeah,
your lungs aren't ready, your body's not ready.
Just because football is more bursty speed, and basketball is freaking just like endurance.
Endurance. The warm up, they do this thing where you go back and forth. Like 1 on 2, 2 on 3, 3 on 4. Okay. I think they call it like round the wagons or something. And I go out there and I'm dead.
You're just burnt. Your lungs are burning.
I'm like, and at the time he's an assistant coach, but Mark Pope, he comes up to me and he's like, "Bro, we need you for the next 2 hours. Take a break." I was like, "Okay." I just sat on the side just like, I remember breathing so heavy. But yeah, it was awesome. It was so fun to go play, and then I went back to football.
Yeah.
And I I loved it there. I love both sports.
So you played both sports all 4 years? Or
No. So I went back to football.
Okay.
And then Coach Rose came back the second year and said, "Hey, do you want to come play again?"
Yeah.
And I was like, "I'm coming."
Yeah.
And then after the bowl game, I had like 2 days in between.
Okay.
Bronco called and he's like, "Hey, Cal Van Noy is leaving. We're gonna move you to outside linebacker, and you got to learn coverages and drops." And
So Bronco was kind of like, dude, I need you to double down on football or what?
yeah, kind of. Yeah. And so then I was like, but he let me choose again, which was awesome.
Yeah, that's cool.
And but I started thinking about it and I was like, you know what? I do love basketball and I love football, but like the way I'm positioned, I kind of just want to focus on, on football and this new position.
Yeah.
Because it's like something completely different. I've never done it before.
I feel like with your body type and stuff, man, it was like football was always going to be the move,
Yeah.
Right?
I started to get thicker too. Like,
yeah. Like
I had a
remember you just
basketball body
got,
type,
yeah,
but
you
then
got big.
started lifting.
Big and strong. You like by the time you were a junior, senior, man, you were just dominant. And like it was probably clear to you, clear to everyone that like you had an actual path to go play in the NFL. And NBA is unforgiving for like you just have to be so long and if it's a different body type that is rewarded.
That's harder to get in the NBA.
Dude, I saw AJ Devanza the other day at Neaters. I had like a recruiting meeting for work at Neaters.
Uh-huh.
Dude, it's long. So long. Like
most plays aren't that. The arms aren't that long, and
yeah,
we don't jump that high. We don't got the lungs to run like that.
Yeah, but you can set some mean picks, bro.
I can do that.
Yeah, we had a guy named actually you probably know this name. You know John Martinez? He was a USC guy.
Yeah, that's my cousin.
Is it really?
Yeah.
I went to Cottonwood with him. Yeah. So we went around the same time.
Yeah.
And he was like on scholarship to play at USC, just a beast,
Yeah.
And his senior year, my junior year or sophomore year, I think, we brought him to play basketball because he just wanted to.
Yeah.
And he was just like, he was our pick setter, bro. He would just, if you didn't have your head turned, you were getting smoked.
Oh, yeah. Just the nicest guy ever.
Yeah, nicest kid ever.
Nicest guy ever.
He had a good run too, but anyway, that's funny. So you end up in the NFL. There's years there in between where you're working hard and prepping but you had some really, really successful last couple years at BYU. Maybe talk about that transition into the NFL. Yeah. And I would love for you to tell that story about your first big payday, your sign-on bonus that you got in the NFL and just what that experience was. But I think it's kind of a funny story.
Yeah. I mean, so first of all, my junior year was really solid. Mm-hmm. I would say like I almost reached my goal that year was 10 sacks and I almost reached it. Mm-hmm. It was close. I think I ended up with like 9.5 or something. And then the next year I ended up with 11 and I led the country in a lot of Pro Football Focus, all their stats and stuff as a DN and all this stuff. And so that kind of boosted me into the NFL, right?
So there's a solid path based off track record of your senior year as a D end.
Yeah. Yeah. So that was really big for me. And then I graduated. So one thing to know about me is I'm a numbers person. Like my ACT math was by far my best score.
Cool.
I went to BYU, graduated in statistics and analytics. So I love numbers, everything about it.
Cool.
Because they just don't lie.
Yeah. Like you've always been that way.
I've always been that way. Like give me numbers to look at. Been good at math. And so then when I got drafted, I was so excited. Had the family there.
Yeah.
They flew me out, for a press conference. Then I came back. Then I went back out for rookie mini camp. And if you're not a first rounder or second rounder, kind of the third rounder, like it's mainly the third rounders, truly. They're the ones whose contracts take a little bit longer, right? Just because there are some things that can differ there a little bit. So I think I was like the last one to sign. But I remember, I went in, signed the contract.
The Ravens, Baltimore.
Yeah. I got to the Ravens in the third round. And I got that check, and I was just like, what do I do with this?
Yeah.
Like I had no idea. And, it's kind of funny just because I was like, okay, I guess I'll just put it in a safe spot, stick it in my backpack.
Yeah. Wasn't it like a big check?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It was a
No, I mean, financially it was a big check. Was it just a normal size check? For some reason in my head it was like, okay, yeah, like kind of a big,
little bit bigger. Yeah.
And you're like, in Baltimore.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know what to do with this. Like,
Yeah.
but it's because honestly, as a player, it's never been about money up to that point.
Yeah.
So it's like you're just playing to be great.
Right.
And all of a sudden you get this check and players are like, what do we do with this? I'm like, okay, I guess I'll go put it in the bank account, right?
Yeah.
And but fortunately for me, what really helped me was like I had some incredible, very successful high net worth individuals call me and be like, hey, do you need any help with this?
Yeah.
Like,
So you had mentors wanting to reach
who weren't
out.
trying to take anything or do anything, but they're like,
Yeah,
we have
just be
trusted
helpful.
people.
Yeah.
Like, let's help you out.
Were those like BYU alum type guys?
Yeah.
That were just trying to be of help to you?
Kind of, yeah. Yes. They were all like, well, I had neighbors and the
Yeah.
BYU alum donors that I knew. And
Yeah.
and I think, for me, it was kind of interesting. So that happens, right?
Yeah.
And then at the same time, I'm in the training room one day sitting on getting my ankles taped. It was like, I can't remember what week it was, but it was early on. And Steve Smith came walking by, and Steve Smith was like, hey, do you think you can do you think if I gave you $1 million, could you survive off $1 million for the rest of your life? From right now, you can't make any more money? And I told him no.
Yeah.
And he was like, good answer. Read this book. And then, he tossed me Richest Man in Babylon.
Cool.
And so then I read that.
That's cool.
And that's what kind of set me off. 'Cause I'm a lifelong learner.
Yeah.
And especially when it comes to money. And I love mindset stuff anyways.
Yeah.
So when you mix mindset, like you have to have a certain mindset to win in the money game.
For sure.
Just like you have to have a certain mindset to win in the sports arena.
Yeah.
And then any arena that you're in, like you have to have a certain mindset. And so for me, I was like, I know the football mindset. There are some things that translate over here.
Yeah.
But there's a lot over here where if you don't understand the principles over here, the mindset won't actually do much for you because you can't apply the knowledge. So that's what really changed it for me was I had the knowledge and then application. And then that's what kind of sent me off into, well, actually that same year, fast forward training camp, I got hurt. I was on IR out for the year. They actually told me I was done playing, dislocated my ankle, spiral fractured my leg.
Okay.
And so then when that happened, I was like, I better learn about money and investing. And
because at that point you had your sign-on bonus, which was that check that they gave you that
and then
day.
And then I got that that seeds because I was on IR. I still got my paycheck as a rookie, my rookie paycheck.
Yeah.
And then, but they told me I was done. I told them I'm not done, and I kept playing, fortunately. But I knew this isn't gonna last forever.
Yeah.
Ends like it literally ended like that for me.
Yeah.
Like, and I was doing really good, but it doesn't matter. Like,
yeah.
So that's why I was like, okay, football, you can't control a lot in football, but in business you can control a lot.
Yeah, I think of that. Tony Robbins talks about when you're doing money the wrong way, you got to be this like dancing monkey. You got to like when you stop dancing, the money stops coming in.
Yeah.
And the athletes, it's like you're dancing, you're playing your game, you're doing your thing, but when the music stops, a lot of people aren't ready. Yeah, like they just, they're burning their money. They break a leg, and it's like they were thinking this show is going to keep going on, and I was going to keep making a couple mil here and there, and I can keep spending this money aggressively. But it's pretty sad stories, right? When the guys made 5, 10, 15 million. I mean, you've seen documentaries of guys that have
in a few years,
lifetime earnings, like they've made 10, 20 mil.
Yeah.
And they have nothing to show for it. And they're working
plus.
I mean, those are like, I can't even. It's
there's
crazy.
Some of those, yeah. It's
there are some of those. Yeah, there's some really sad stories there. So I mean, that's crazy. Also, just this idea of like yourself, and you weren't, the NIL thing wasn't a thing. So you were broke as a joke.
I was happy
right?
with my free protein shake.
Yeah.
Like when we started getting those, I was like, this is awesome.
Then you get a 7-figure sign-on bonus. All of a sudden, one day it's in your backpack. You're like, what the heck do I do? So
yeah, and I'm watching too all my other teammates talk about money.
Right.
And I can tell, guys are flexing in the locker room. But then out of the locker room, we were talking about it.
Yeah.
People are more honest and about, I don't know that much. There's really bad financial advisor, and there are a lot of good financial advisors out there, but there's some that, kind of don't put the client first. Right. And so it was tough for a lot of the players. And so that's what really, when I got hurt and I went through all that, and then I got into real estate.
Mm-hmm.
And I felt like real estate was a safer asset class that I need to learn about.
Mm-hmm.
So I was reading all the books about real estate and stuff. But I just needed someone to teach me. And I'm a big believer that no matter what you go into, you need a coach.
Yeah.
I don't care what you do. And so if I was going to go into the game of real estate, I needed a coach who, just like just like when an NFL team hires a coach or a college team hires a coach,
sure.
they're going to go through the same thing. Exactly what I needed. So I told them, and this was Jason Harris at the time.
Cool.
Right? I was like, Jason, if I invest with you, will you teach me? And he said, yeah. Cool. I said, great. So I used to go work out in the off season at BYU. We did our first deal together, he kept me in the deal the whole time. So I'm learning on the side here.
Cool.
And it kind of blew my mind of, oh my gosh, this is so, and it was a good time too, like
right.
2017.
Yeah.
So anyways, but it was, I don't know. I then became like this guy in the locker room that he knows all about money and investing. And just because I knew one thing, and I'm not even the expert, but
I think that thought is super good, man. That like, you can go read books, which is super valuable and super awesome. But sometimes there's like a human, you need a couple people or a person that can bridge that gap between like what I'm learning in these books and like the application to real life, or like seeing real examples, or you learn a lot more just in being involved in a deal, or like.
So true.
I mean, I learned a lot more once I deployed my, money into my first investment, than I did in the books that I read before that.
Yeah.
Because you learn a lot quicker when it's you as the man in the arena versus
on the sideline talking about it. This is cool.
That's pretty cool that you right away were like reading books and kind of that guy that wanted to go get interested in that, and that you were mature enough to see, hey, I'm earning professional amazing income now, but like my body won't allow me to go do this forever.
Yeah. Right? That's the thing that scared me, was when they told me I was done, I was like, it really went off in my head, which is something I'm a big believer in for all athletes specifically. And really a lot of people in other jobs can probably
relate
with this. And that is the moment I put my cleats on as a kid, from going to BYU and playing there, and then strapping on the stuff, putting on my NFL jersey and going out and running out of the tunnel at the Ravens Stadium. There's a time limit.
Yeah.
And I'm always transitioning. That's why I try to tell all the athletes.
That's right.
And anyone in life, truly, I don't care who you are, what you do, you are always transitioning to this next. There's always
and you got to be skating to where the puck's going.
Yeah.
Right? And when you're putting your cleats on and playing the game, and you're only thinking about then and there. Yeah. The problem is like at some point, uncontrollable things happen. You break a leg.
Yeah.
Even if you have, and even if you are healthy, like, dude, the lifetime is only 5-10 years for your average guy, right? Maybe not even that.
6 years.
Is it really? So it's like
they cut you right before.
Oh yeah. They cut you before you can go get that sweet pension. Contract.
Yeah.
Right.
Pension's like at 3 years, so retirement, and then 4 years is usually the big contract. So you have to be, players have to, for me, because I help so many athletes now, it's like, for me, it's a mindset first. You got to have the money mindset. And it's like, once you have that, it goes, first it's mindset, then comes the money mindset, right, and then comes momentum. Yeah. So if I can get the mindset right with a guy, he understands investing and discipline and saving and all these different principles over here, then the money starts to follow the mindset. And then he starts to feel this momentum. And it's such a cool thing, because I experienced that. I remember seeing, we sold our first property, and I remember seeing that money come into the account, and I was like, what just happened? And then you add in the tax piece and It's just like, there's a whole different game here that if I wasn't curious, I would have missed. And that's my thing, that's why part of that mindset is, how curious are you? Are you curious enough to go and actually like humble yourself and go ask questions and say, I don't know this. Right. Go into a room, find a coach, find people, learn. And then do I have the, kind of the risk kind of level of, I don't know what you'd call that, like focus or ability to, the faith to make the jump. Yeah. Will I actually go out and try it? Like, so there's a lot, but all of that comes back to mindset. Yeah. Like, one of the book, Rich Dad Poor Dad, I read that book right after Richest Man in Babylon. Yeah. And I learned, okay, I need my cash flow to exceed my expenses before I'm done playing. And so that's a big thing that I try to help athletes understand, is like, a lot of people get over leveraged into growth stuff, 10-year plays, when their income plays aren't there yet, when their highest earning power is right now.
Yeah.
And so it's like, okay, maybe we should talk about that and
Right.
help build that understanding and the mindset behind this,
Sure.
because that's what creates freedom.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the difference between earned income and, income that shows up when I'm not playing the game. I mean, those are two very different types of income.
Yeah.
And you gotta, I mean, that relates to everyone, like whether you're an athlete or whatever else you're doing. I think that the mentality should be when you're in your 20s, 30s, like, and you're in that season of life when you're young, hungry, and cranking on whatever your day job is. And, not everyone's blessed with the ability to go earn 7 figures in a year and play a sport, but like, I don't know. I think a lot of people listening to this, like, because they're hungry and ambitious, like they'll have the first 10, 20, 30 years of your life when you have energy and you're out there hustling and you're willing to go pay that price, like you should be earning exceptional income, whatever your skill is.
Yes.
But knowing that at some point this opportunity might go away, so I need to be paying myself first. And that's the richest man in Babylon principle. I'm paying myself first. I'm paying my future self.
Yep.
And that's, super, super important. So your mission now, it feels like, Bronson, has become, because of that background, now I want to go help today's athletes, today's high income earners make smart decisions so that in 10, 20 years, they can be in a position where they have real freedom and their income their ability to produce income is not tied to being on the football field, lacing up the cleats, right?
Exactly.
So talk about that transition to Harris Investment Group and kind of like post NFL now.
Yeah.
And what has you fired up with what you're currently doing?
Yeah. So one of the biggest things for me is I got into all that stuff because my dad growing up would talk about the players in the locker room and some of the issues they were facing on the financial side of things. That was in the 80s.
Interesting.
Well, I started playing in 2016.
Yeah.
Almost 20 years later, and it's the same thing.
Yeah.
So I'm like, what is going on?
Patterns.
Yeah.
Like,
What it is.
It's the same.
Like,
yeah.
What is going on? And then, but being in the locker room, I saw it. Like I know exactly what it is, and a lot of it, comes down to, okay, we got to be able to educate for understanding, then application, right? And then from there, we got to keep doing this over and over and over again until we understand and we start winning. But we need guys in the locker room to be talking about these things while in the locker room.
Yeah.
And that's something that, I started finding myself with more and more players.
Meaning people coming in and dripping on our program in terms of like mentorship or what? Because I agree, because if you wait too long,
current players.
Okay, got it.
So because this is why the NBA is farther ahead than the NFL. Because who are the people off the court that dominated in the business world? There's a lot. Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant.
True.
I mean, you hear Shaq's story and what he did.
Yeah,
and
Shaq
doing, and they talk about it a lot.
Yeah, billionaires are being created. There's a couple people that have a net worth with a B next to it now that have come from the NBA.
And it's not the things that they did on the court that got them there.
Yeah,
it's the things off the court, the deals they're doing.
Totally true. Yeah.
So in football, guys that we think of,
Tom Brady's crushing.
Tom Brady immediately,
he's the first one that comes to your mind when you're like, that guy's winning financially. He's got his own brand. From what I've heard, he's made really smart investments.
Yes.
He now he's like transitioned and has this other skill set where he's now he's continuing to earn a bunch of active income with working with Fox.
Yeah, the commentator.
Yeah, just like multi-dimensional, multiple skill sets on the active income side, but it feels like on the investment side, I don't know a ton about his portfolio, but
no, it's true. I mean, and he's making these plays where, like, he became an owner of the Raiders.
Oh yeah,
and then he's done some other big deals. I mean, you had Kobe do body armor.
Yeah,
right. You have all these different, the athlete. I call it new age athlete.
Yeah,
the new age athlete is creating more wealth off the field and court 100%. Than what they're doing on the field and court. And so but why though? Why is that happening? And it's because those athletes are seeing the patterns of the Kobe's of the world, the Tom Brady's, and they start making these, they do the exact same model, which is let's go research, get curious, educate myself. Let's find the right coaches and mentors. Now let's go apply it. Let's sit on the sideline a little bit, get subbed in for a play or two, get in a deal, and then I'm going to go do it myself. So that's kind of what's going on. And that's my mission is, 78% of NFL guys struggle financially. With 3 to 5 years. Yeah.
3 to 5 years after they're done or
after
what?
they're done.
Yeah.
So my vision and goal and mission with everything that I do is to take it to zero. So that's why everything I talk about, everything that I do is tied back to that vision and mission of, okay, like I'm going to go and sit because of NIL.
Yeah.
I'm going to go in and sit with the high school kid who's about to sign $1 million contract. And I'm going to sit down, not just with him, mom, dad, brother,
parents,
sister.
yeah.
The tribe has to understand
100%.
what's going on from that moment, because if they're earning, usually if they're a pretty good player, I mean, their likelihood they're going to make more in college. And then if they get the opportunity to go to the NFL, they're going to make even more. So the mindset has to be the foundation to build their empire of wealth.
Yeah.
And, truly generational wealth. And that's what going back to family office.
Right.
That's what it's about.
Yeah,
that's what family office is.
Dude, what's cool about the athlete nowadays is it used to be the 1% or the 0.01% that like actually got to go create a ton of wealth using that as the vehicle. But now because of the NIL thing, I mean, there's guys that won't get to the NBA or NFL or whatever that like they'll have some meaningful NIL money to go play with and invest. And they may not even end up in the end, as a professional athlete, but like they could go create some wealth and get some momentum from that, for real.
It's true.
It's pretty cool. It's kind of a bigger market now. And there's a lot of really cool stories. I think that the principle that I think of is just like, as an athlete, like staying on that creator side, not becoming the consumer where you're just like the cars and the houses and the necklaces and the consumption. But like you're, as an athlete, the reason why you're getting paid is you're part of this creation thing that people love to like watch. Like you're creating experiences for others. And so like, I think the principle of whether you're an athlete or you're a business person, it's just like, dude, stay on that creation side, not on the consumption side. Creators get paid, consumers pay.
Yes.
And dude, another cool story I've heard in the last couple of years, Roger Federer, I think it is. He's I think I'm thinking of the right guy. On Clouds. Is he the investor that's in
I'm not sure. I know
the On Clouds?
Yeah.
So there's a story. People should fact check me on this. It's either Roger Federer or another really awesome tennis athlete. But they approached him for a brand deal and said, hey, we'll pay you X amount if you'll start posting content about On Clouds. And he said, no, I want X percent of the business. So I have like full alignment long term. Yeah. And I think they gave him like 4% of the business.
Huge.
And On Cloud's now valued at like a couple bill. And that deal was worth more, or is currently worth more to him than any tennis money that he made. And it's because he was involved in the creation of something and got ownership of it. Yeah.
That's why
money's made in equity. And so if you're in my game, it's like, go earn the money actively and then go buy properties, go create ownership.
Yeah.
The creation piece, I think, is what's important. And whether you're an athlete or a business person, salesperson, along the way, whatever your active thing is, your jobs aren't bad. Like go you're going to have a job in life, but then what you're doing off the field is, is important. But also, I mean, not everyone's going to have this sports thing, but like, I think another thing that sometimes I think we downplay is the active income piece is a huge part of this. And like the reason why these athletes have such a cool opportunity is they're earning so much money. Go find a skill. If you're not 6'8" and a big boy like you, like, go find what your skill is to bring in a lot of income so that you get to have the blessing to participate in this type of stuff, And I was watching a video the other night by Ben Shapiro, but he was saying his recommendation for people, if they want to go create a ton of wealth for the active income part, is go find a skill that you're good at, that you're passionate about, and that people will pay you for. And all three of those have to be there.
I agree.
Good at, passionate. There needs to be some passion there, and that people will actually pay you for.
No, it's true. No,
'Cause I'm a decent golfer and I'm passionate about it, but like I'm not good enough that
get paid for it.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? So like
Oh, it's true.
all three got to be there, but
It's the same thing though. Like, well, two things that you said I love. A creator, in order to become a creator, you have to go through some hard things to get to that point. Like, you're gonna grind,
yeah,
and but you keep the creator mindset, because you might not be like doing what you want at first, but it's necessary to get to that point. But because of that process that happens before, those lessons you learn help you at a higher level down here when you're on the move somewhere else. And that's the thing, you have to just stay patient, and that's where the grind comes in that we hear about. But you have to have that mindset at every level.
Yeah.
Because even if you're grinding and you're at the top of the hill, well, as soon as you don't become hungry,
yeah,
and you lose curiosity and lose the ability to want to learn, you're gonna go right back down to the bottom.
Yeah.
Like, and so it's truly is that mindset. Like, it really does matter. So
yeah. That's cool. Well, it feels like you're crushing, man, and I love that you've turned like this thing into kind of its own sport, right? Like, you're chasing and you're hungry and you're busy, helping other people invest their money, and at the end of the day, like that creates freedom for people, and money doesn't buy happiness, but freedom does. And like just being free, waking up knowing that like I'm good is a really important part of life.
Oh yeah.
So I think you're doing amazing things, man. And I love your story. I think it's just that concept of like you're nicely positioned to serve the person you once were. At one point you were in the locker room. You got this check in your backpack you don't know what to do with. You're like, I think it's just cool that your story is cool because you once were that person and now you're in a place where you're serving that person, And so I think we need more stories like that, and I'm grateful for our friendship. It's fun to work together. Our group has invested with the Harris Group a couple years in a row, and we plan to continue to. And excited to network and find synergy between our stuff. So, anything else that you'd want to leave people with, or just any other nuggets closing up?
No, I think I would just want to reiterate, like, if you want to fix money, you got to fix mindset. And I think that's the most important thing that I find in that space.
Yeah.
And if you want to grow money, grow mindset. Like, anything that you want to do with the money part, you got to do it with your mindset first.
100%.
It's so true.
Yeah, it's how you view.
Yeah, like listening to this and all your shows, like that's how you do it.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to read the right stuff, be in the right room with the right people. Be in the right vehicle, all that stuff matters. So, dude, I appreciate you big time. Thanks for coming on. I know you're a busy man, and I appreciate everyone for tuning in for this one. We'll catch you on the next one. Thanks. If you're trying to get into real estate investing, check out my real estate course. If you will DM me the phrase real estate, I will send you a code and it will be free for you.